All right, guys, so last week we did 15K in one day, and it was because of two things, referrals and upsells. Now, these two things are insanely powerful when you have them fully optimized and systemized, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do both, asking for it and setting up your offer. Now, keep in mind, these things only work when you have clients that you can ask for referrals, so they need to be getting results, and offers that you can upsell to, okay? So real quick, for your offer scheme, you need to have two offers. Now, most people only start out with one, and you can be very, very successful with that, but the upsells become kind of wishy-washy because you end up going off what the client actually needs instead of something set in stone. So for example, you can do 6K for 3 months. The 3K for 3 months is just a communication thing. So they get the same thing as the 6K gets, but just less communication with you. So that means, maybe one call per month versus one call per week, something like that. Okay. So for referrals, you're going to want to ask the client for a referral when they are satisfied with the program or as soon as they join. So the first best time is when they are satisfied with the program. The second best time is when they first join. The reason is because when they're satisfied with the program, like the client has hit a record month, made a record deal, had a video make a ton of money, or achieve some sort of goal, they're more likely to refer someone because they know that the results that you promise are what they get. Okay. The second best time is as soon as they join because they're very excited, and you can kind of get them going by saying this journey is much better when you're doing it with someone else or something like that, and they're very open to it as long as they had a good experience in the sales process and they weren't pushed too hard. They're very likely to do that, and we'll get into both and how to ask for it. Okay. The client is happy because they got results. They refer someone and get paid. They feel good because they helped a friend, and you feel good because referrals are the best form of clients. So that is why referrals are the best, because everybody is winning. So for your offer for referrals, building these is more about figuring out what you're willing to give. So you can structure them in sort of a hierarchy. So for referral 1, referral 2, referral 3, referral 5, all the way up to like referral 10, you can have things like this. If someone's referring you 10 clients, you're going to want to treat them very, very well. So one referral, you can do $500. For 2 referrals, you can do $1,000 and another month of coaching. For referral 3, you can fly them out and film content together, or go to the gym together if you're running a gym offer, or make a vlog together by flying them out, or playing tennis, or whatever your offer might be, make it related to that. You could also implement one less payment. So for example, if the client is on $4,000 per month for 3 months, you could do $4,000 per month for 2 months. So instead of $12,000, it's $8,000, or something like that. That would probably be like referral 4 or referral 5, so that you can make sure you're making that money back. You could also give your client $500 or a set amount of money, and also the person referring $500 off their purchase price, so it feels like they aren't pimping out like one of their family members or friends or something like that. It's also important to ask, when you're asking them, which friend, not if they have a friend, because it just comes from a sort of a place of confidence, because everybody has a friend that they know needs some sort of help, whether that's in the gym, or financially, or content or something like that. Info is very transferable, so as long as your offer is not too obscure, I'm sure someone in your clientele has someone else who would be interested in it, especially because people who are interested in fitness and stuff probably know other people who are interested in fitness. People who are interested in social media content probably know other people who are interested in social media content. Now, I always ask for referrals via text or WhatsApp because it feels a bit more private. The client does not really feel obligated to answer because they're in front of a crowd, right? It's kind of like a public speaking thing almost, where you are going out on the street and trying to solicit someone. It sort of feels similar to that. So if you ask it in more of like a one-to-one area in a private message situation, it feels a little bit more private, it feels more personal, and you always want to ask them after they get results with this, right? But when you're asking them, you don't just want to be like, just out of the blue, you don't want to say, do you have anybody who is potentially interested in working with us? I know you know about our referral program. You want to ask, say, how are you enjoying the program or the experience? And if they have a good reaction to that, then that's when you ask them, how are you enjoying the program so far? You ask that, and then when they say they love it or they really like it or they love the results that they're getting, that's when you ask for the referral and you say, oh dude, that's awesome. And I know you already know about the referral program. So do you know anybody who would be interested in that? They need to know about the referral program. We'll get into that in just 1 second. So they need to know about the referral program. When your client joins your program, you want to have some sort of automated message. So whether that's in Discord, Telegram, Slack, even email. A lot of what we do is through email. It's just an automated email as soon as the fan basis or WAP payment goes through. So in your onboarding email or wherever you're sending your first onboarding message, you're going to want to have a video explaining what your referral program looks like with a document that should be up on the screen, like right here. You want to explain exactly what it does and how they can participate, and basically like copy paste messages they can send to their friends and family, just to make it as easy as possible for them to ask for the referral. So break down all the walls possible and ask for the referral. Okay, for upsells. So in order to have an upsell, you need to have something to actually upsell to. I've joined a few programs, like help them like as a consultant, and they just have one program and no upsell system. And that leaves a lot of money on the table. That is money that you should be taking, right? Because you should leave some money on the table, but this is money that is so easy to grab that it's a given. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Now, I currently have 2 offers, and one is a downsell and one is my main offer. And I only let people that I know are not financially qualified for the main offer, or I only let them know about the downsell when I know that they can't afford the main offer. And that means less one-to-one calls and less one-to-one time with me. And in some cases, less done-for-you services, right? You can set yours up similarly with the communication and done-for-you services stuff. So I'm just reading off my paper here. Main offer, one-to-one call a week. For example, $5,000 a month. Downsell, one-to-one call a month, $3,000 a month. So if it's taking someone like a little bit to get over the line, like they're having a hard time getting from their current offer to the one you're trying to upsell, you can kind of tack on some done-for-you services offers or something like that to bring them over, or even offer them more one-to-one calls to make up for the time that they missed already. You also want to upsell the prorated price. So that means if your main offer is $5,000 a month and your downsell is $3,000 a month, then the difference is $2,000 a month. And let's say someone's already been on for 2 months and your program is 3 months long, then you'd just be charging them an extra $2,000 per month. So your upsell would cost $2,000 if they wanted to do 1 more month at your main offer pricing. So if someone has already paid $6,000 and at that time your main offer is $5,000 per month, then they would just be paying an extra $2,000 for that last month. So $5,000 per month. And like I said, you can also offer them another month free of charge, more one-to-one calls or something like that, just to get them over the line if they're having a tough time getting there. Okay, when to ask for upsells. This is really, really important that you understand this. So you're only ever going to want to ask for upsells when the client hits an obstacle or does not hit a goal of theirs. So for example, you've got a client that hasn't posted in 3 weeks and you're running a content offer and they are on your downsell. You message them, hey bro, what's going on? I noticed you haven't posted in a little bit. They say, yeah, I've got a bit of imposter syndrome, or I'm letting perfect be the enemy of good. Well, you say, I got you, bro. You acknowledge what they're saying, and then you say, let's get on a call so I can help you break these limiting beliefs. You get them on the call, you break those limiting beliefs, and then you offer the main offer for them. So you want to position it as more of a solution to their current issue. So if they are not posting consistently, you want to say, I'm going to be honest, I think this is going to happen to you again. I need to be more in touch with you so that you stay on a consistent basis with your posting. Your videos are already so good. I just need to be there, making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, we can do that by increasing your touch points with me. That would mean weekly calls, daily text messages where I'm giving you action items every single day, and keeping you on track so that you're not going to fall off the wagon like you've just done and wasted 3 weeks of the program together. Now what we can do is go into the pitch. Like I said, you want to make it feel like a solution to their problem and not like you're shoving sales stuff down their throat, because that never works out. More communication or done for you services will fix your problem. You just need to trust me, or something like that. That should have been in quotes. Another example is, let's say you just had a record month. You just cash collected 40K. That was your goal. The next month you cash collect another 40K, but you wanted to hit 60K. But that's when I would push an upsell to you. Let's say you're at a restaurant and you're going to order a steak. This steak comes out and let's say it's a 22-ounce ribeye. This thing is just massive, cooked to perfection. You finish that, and keep in mind you had appetizers and sides, so you're like, oh man, I am full. You're not gonna want the waiter to bring you another steak. What you're most likely going to do is you're gonna leave and consistently talk about how good the steak was to your friends. So think of that as a referral versus an upsell. You're referring your friends to get this awesome steak that you have, this 22-ounce ribeye, this massive ribeye. Let's go back into the restaurant. If the waiter came back and gave you another 22-ounce ribeye, you'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want that right now. That's the idea with upsells and referrals. So if you hit a record month and I come to you and I say, let's go ahead and increase, let's get you on our main offer so that we can talk more and get you better results. You're gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa! I just had great results. I don't want that. I'm not gonna go for that. But if you did 40K in 1 month and then 40K the next month, you're hungry for that steak again. So I'm gonna come to you and say, hey, what's the issue? What's the roadblock? Why didn't we hit that next goal? Why don't we hit 60K per month instead of 40K per month like we did the month before? You're like, oh, well, I've hit some roadblocks. I can't figure out hiring. That's when you say, all right, dude, listen, let's get on a call. I'll help you get over this. And then you offer the solution. Then the solution to the solution is your offer, your main offer. So is your upsell. The most important part of this is to structure your ask as a solution to their problem. Otherwise, you're going to risk them thinking that you're trying to extract money out of them. And that's never good. It'll put a bad taste in their mouth. And it's going to be in rocky relationship for the rest of their contract time. So referrals and upsells consistently crush number goals for us. Like I said, we cash collected 15K last week in 1 day. It's pretty commonplace, and it happens to our clients as well when they have their systems in place for us. So let me know what kind of numbers you guys do in the comments with the information that I gave you. These systems are actually insane. You just need to implement them and keep your upsells and referrals on top of mind and be looking out for them constantly. If you notice that someone is not doing well or they hit a roadblock or something, that's when you ask for the upsell. If you notice that your client is just absolutely crushing things, just knocking every single goal out of the park, just boom, 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 that's when you ask for the referral, and make sure that your referral sheet is dialed in, okay? And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.